Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. I hope you all are doing great during this pandemic situation by the grace of Almighty Allah. We as a designer, we are not like other humans. We are like just like robots, and we're very curious, and we just want to learn and learn and learn, and there is no end. And therefore I want to share my knowledge that I have gained over the years. So today I'm going to show you how I have created this abstract design with the help of Cinema4D and some other plugins. So yeah, let's get into it. So the plugins that I have used to create this are two plugins called this Topoforma and another one called this one JS placement. You can download this from Google's. So let's get into our Cinema4D. So first of all, we need to create a plane. Let's create a plane, and then we need to change the segments. Okay, so we need to load the segments to like 5 or 5-ish. Yeah, I think. And let's reduce the height and width. Let's make it 200. Okay, now we need to apply the plugin called the Topoforma and just make it a child of the plane and change the topology type. You can experiment all of this. I have used all of this and I think I'm very comfortable with this one, Beeple. It gives more like a digital or like techno look. So yeah, and now we need to extrude it. So to extrude it, we could make it poly, but if we make it poly, then we can't reuse it. So it will be a permanent object. So let's use more extrude and also make it a child here. You see, after dragging it here, it automatically extrudes. Let's lower the extrusion steps. It's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need only 1. Let's make it 1. Okay, looks good. And now we could or we can use a effector. Okay, let's go to MoGraph effector and we can use a shader effector. Okay, it's messed up. We need to change some parameters. Okay, so let's go to parameter. We need to change the position, not the scale. So we don't need the scale, we need the position. And let's change the Z position to 10, or let's give it more, 25. So we need the height, and we need to also change the fall off to box. Now we can see the changes coming. Okay, now we need to make this plane more bigger. So to do so, we can use a cloner. Let's put it inside of the cloner. We don't need the middle one, so we can go to mode and go to grid array, and let's make it 1. And now this shader will affect all of the cloners. If we make the size big, this shader size big, you see all of them getting affected. Alright, so the main problem is here that at the very top there is no variation, so we need some variation on the top. To do so, we could or we can use shading. with the shader of noise. We're seeing some changes. Okay, in the noise, let's see. You see, you have to experiment to get what you need, right? So you have to like change all of the numbers, all of the things that works for you. So I have experimented all of this, and I found the best thing is the global scale. So let's change the global scale to 200. You see, we are seeing some changes and some variation on the top. If we move the shader, you see it's reacting beautifully. So we need a correct frame. Okay, this frame seems good, so we need a camera, and let's see. This position looks good. Okay, let's lock and protect the camera tag. So let's use a protection tag on the camera so that it don't move. Camera tag, and go to Cinema4D tags and select the protection, and the camera won't move again. Yeah, and let's go on to the next model, and there's some cubes and some glass objects. So to make those, we just create a cube that's too big. We need to resize it. Alright, reposition the cube, make it in front of the camera, and 5 is too small. Let's resize it to 8. Alright, it looks good. Center it, and then we'll copy it and make some glasses for this. We need the Y to be 2 centimeters. Oh, it's too big. Let's make it 0.5. Yes, and resize it. Its length. Let's make it here. Looks good. Okay, then we duplicate it and reposition. Rescale, rotate, and set the position. Just it's your eye measurement. Okay, there's nothing too fancy about what's the position and what the accurate measurements are. It's just your eye measurement. Okay, we just need to copy this one to over here. And this one over here. Alright, you see we need to make this and this length more bigger. So select this and make it bigger, and reposition it. This one also. Yeah, looks good. And we need to make another cube for the outside edge. So let's duplicate it, make it bigger, and let's use a generator, call that atom array, and make a child of it. And let's change the sphere radius. Let's go for 0.2. To thickness, let's go for 0.1. Looks good. Okay, we need to reposition this one because there's some edges here and there. right, and make a little bit bigger. All right, our model part is done, and we need to make some materials for this. To make some material, we will use Redshift Render. As you can see, I have a Redshift Render view over here. So to make the materials, first of all, I need to turn off my webcam because all of the materials will be here. So let's turn off the webcam. Alright, now we will create some materials. To create materials, we will open our just placement software, and now to create some texture, height textures, just click here on the grid, select the just placement classic, select generate, you will get this one, okay, and save it height, and then you need to color it. To color it, just select here toggle colorize. I have used the second one and select it, and it will make a color version of it, and save the color from here. I have already created some textures and some height maps which I have saved in my desktop, so I'll not again save this. And let's create some more dot grid. Yes, now click generate. It will automatically generate, and save the height and select invert and also save it. Okay, after saving, you have to close the soft. Okay, now we will use Redshift material, click it, or you can maybe from here create Redshift material, open it, open the network editor, and let's use some textures. Okay, now we have to load the generated colored version here. As you can see, this one, open. Okay, we will copy it here, and in this one we will use the black and white version. This one, open. Okay, and again we'll copy, and in the third one we'll use the grid version, and let's load that one. This one, the white and black, open. And now we will use some ramp for each. This one for this one for this, and this one for this. And also we need a color layer for these two. So we connect this one to this input, and this will be our base color, and we have to mask out. So input, and in this one we will use like green color. Okay, and this will be our mask. Alright, now for the grid we will input in this ramp input, and then we'll colorize it, recolor it to red. Nice. Now the color layer goes to Redshift material, properties, diffuse color, as you can see, and this one goes to overall emission color, and select this, go to overall and give the emission weight 1, as you can see, and let's apply it here in the cloner. Let's activate the render view. It's totally white is because our emission color is set to white. We need to set it to black here, and also there is too much white texture here. We need to adjust the ramp. Go to the first one, this ramp, and resize the black color. To see it better, let's create a dome light. As you can see, there is too much reflection here. We need to make a matte or lower the reflection. So select the material and go to the base properties, and let's increase the roughness. So 0.5. It's already looking good. Let's increase a bit more, 0.6. Alright, looks good. And now we will change the projection to cubic. Alright, go for 120. Yeah, it seems good, and it's too much. There is white texture or too prominent. We need to adjust it. Go to this ramp and adjust the black. Let's make it a little transparent like this. This looks good. Alright, and now let's make some glass and emission texture. So create redshift material, go to the base properties, go to overall and give the emission weight to 2 and change the color to red. Now apply it to the atom array. Alright, now we'll create a glass texture. So let's create redshift material, select the material, go to base properties, let's glass, and let's change the roughness to 0.5, and let's apply it to this 4. Before applying, let's group them all together and let's apply it. Too much roughness here. Let's change the roughness. Let's go for 0.2. Still too much. Let's change it to 0.15. I think we need to change the thickness of these cubes. 0.5 is too much, so let's go for 0.2. Yeah, it's look good. And now for the middle part, we can also create a glass material and change its roughness. So let's use a texture for this one. let's use height map texture that we have created earlier. Open this one, and let's use a ramp. Connect it to this one input, and then this one to reflection, roughness, and now we can apply it directly over here. As you can see, it's being affected, but we need to change this to glass. So let's go here and select glass. You see the change, but the textures are too close, so let's change the projection type to cubic and set it to like 50 or go to like 40. Yes, it looks good. And let's make the it's already high. So this is the first part of this video, the modeling part, and the second part that will cover how we can color correction and composite this in After Effects. So till then, keep practicing, keep learning, stay home and stay safe.